outside. This is a wonderful attendance.
Yeah.
I appreciate your interest in China, and many of you know me, and Cass and many others. So I appreciate the opportunity to share with you what I have. I told friends just now, told as MCCI Twitter follower that I look forward to see you all. I did my homework to share with you. Thank you.
Really good numbers to welcome His Excellency our Consul General of China, Kolkata, Mr. Liu, and also we have Mr. Zhang with us. I will start off by requesting our President to hand over a memento to Honorable Consul General and a token of appreciation.
We were talking about Durga Puja.
Thank you. Thank you.
So, Mr. Kothari to deliver welcome address.
Good afternoon, friends. Apologies for this late start. We've had some challenges, and it's really heartening to see the kind of people been able to turn up, because I myself also had a lot of challenge getting to the chamber. So thank you everyone for joining us this afternoon. Mr. Zha Liu, Mr. Zhang Hongji, distinguished guests, members, and as well as friends from the media, I have great pleasure in extending a warm and hearty welcome to His Excellency Zha Liu, Consul General of China in Kolkata today, this afternoon. We are grateful to His Excellency for taking his time out on a busy and extremely tight schedule. We know he was also invited for the Durga Puja event, but since he had already pre-committed being here, so he chose not to go there and has joined us. So I am extremely grateful to you. Awesome India Private Limited are almost ready to operate in India. The Indian government has allowed Chinese firms to take access in the Indian power sector and even in the port sector. India and China both have huge investment opportunities abounded in numerous areas like manufacturing and textile industry, science and technology, biotechnology, etc. There will be a probability if both nations work together, a huge pool of trained manpower can be harnessed. In the context of relations between China and the state of West Bengal, I firstly mark that the Bantala leather complex wouldn't have survived without imports of Chinese chemicals. Bengal connectivity with China's Yunnan province is very good, and as you are aware, West Bengal has an inherent geopolitical advantage, with the state sharing borders with the three nations, Nepal, Bhutan and Bangladesh, and also serves as the gateway to the seven sisters of the northeastern states. So there will be a large scope in developing province-to-province business ties. In April 2022, the Atropolis project at Durgapur Airport in West Bengal expressed interest in receiving Chinese investments to develop the local airport-based economy. Sir, our chamber has a strong MSME base. We would like to know from you what sort of support the Chinese government could possibly give the Indian entrepreneur, including the MSME sector, to become a part of this growth story. Sir, in the MCCI Diplomatic Conclave 2022, we had emphasized on developing sister relationships province to province. We urge you to take this forward and such initiatives to develop business, and there should be some cultural exchange through increasing people-to-people contact as well. Bengalis are well adapted to Chinese cuisine, which is a very favorable condition for Chinese investors to invest in food business. Besides this, the two governments, the government of China and the government of West Bengal, could develop not only food businesses but also cooperate with emerging sectors like education, tourism, culture and other business areas. Sir, world economy has witnessed critical junctures over the last 3 years. First, it was the COVID-19 pandemic, followed by the Russia-Ukraine conflict, which has pushed the global economy towards protectionism. India and China both will be the leading economies in the world. I especially feel like to boost the bilateral relationships between these two, both the leaders should associate with the
has not been artificially managed. We tried manage, but it's out of control. Right? It's out of control. Nobody has the ability to reduce that amount. And Okay, the non-financial direct investment from China to India in 2021 was only 63 million US dollars. That's very small. A big drop. A year-on-year decrease of 68.3%. So while the bilateral trade increased tremendously, the investment dropped. The impact of our future trade. My point is, on the one hand, we have the bilateral trade total increase massively. On the other, Chinese investment in India decreased tremendously, meaning that we invest less, much less, but you buy more. You buy more from China. So the first general observation is the status quo of bilateral trade is a reflection of the economic laws, the rules. So what are the rules? Many people are worried about India's large trade deficit with China, but this is a reasonable and inevitable outcome of the differences in industry, structure, and in manufacturing level between us, between you and I. India mainly, the chairman rightly mentioned those names, those figures. Let's say whether they are the same. So India mainly imports, buys China's heavy machinery, mechanical and electrical products, telecommunication equipment, automobile parts, chemical products, and intermediaries, base metals and products, household appliances, APIs, and also the anti-pandemic medical supplies since 2020, laptops and computers. And not very satisfactory, but people feel, I encourage them to be hopeful, to be optimistic, to have trust in our work, trust in our leadership. The point is, it's also related to the total bilateral volume. That is, we businessmen, together with our financial expert, economics expert, we have to think why, while we are putting these, on board those not very positive signals, our trade still goes on. That is, people still buy more. I already gave the answer. That is the EU example. EU is China's biggest partner. The volume is much bigger than India and China bilateral volume figures. We have to think why. We have to follow the rules, the market. Chinese companies today are state-owned companies. American political science, American government, they don't like state-owned. But China and India, we are that need to support our people, our business, our company that need to feed our people. Nobody cares. Just like rice. Okay, at this time of the year, of the era, we need to be very careful. The American, as the largest manufacturer of grains, they don't sell much to the developing countries, and they want others to sell, right? They do the business and make money. So this is the general observation. I have specifically three proposals to make to manage our relationship, trade relationship. First one is China-India economic and trade relations should be positioned from a long-term, continuously growing population. People would say that in the next years, Indian population will overtake China's.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So maybe in just days and weeks. And employment pressure is huge. And solve the serious constraints on economic and social development caused by disparity between poor and rich. China also has this problem. Okay, poor people, poverty and huge fortunes developed by the businesses. It is inevitable that India will be fully open to FDI and Indian market will be fully open sooner or later. Because personally, I think people of my age, mid and late 50s, we know this, we witnessed this from poor. When I was young, when I was 8, 10 years old, my village, my county, very poor. So now it's different. My nephews' people, my son's generation, and even their sons and daughters, they are living an era, an age of nothing I experienced. So the India, this is our observation. Even today, we take these measures to protect, our interests, our soils, our environment. But China did the same. We opened to the world. India in 1992, in China late 70s, early 80s, almost the same era we opened. So China experienced the sort of protectionistic years, a few years. American companies come and they set up all kind of benchmark for us. So very uncomfortable, but sooner or later it will be open. So China today, actually, I always believe, I spent 6.5 years in the US working for China-US relationship. China is much open than the US.
और आप क्या चाह रहे हैं कि चाइना से कोलैबोरेशन हो आपका?
नहीं, आज देखिए, चाहे इंडिया का चाइना के साथ जो भी दिक्कतें हैं, संबंध है, ये हम भूल नहीं सकते कि आज के दिन में चाइना इंडिया का सबसे वन ऑफ द लार्जेस्ट ट्रेडिंग पार्टनर है। आज जैसे बताया गया कि $125 बिलियन का ट्रेड होता है। तो आज जबकि हमारे जो लीडर्स हैं वो जो पॉलिटिकल तकलीफ़ है उसको सॉल्व करने में लगे हुए हैं, आज जो बाकी बिजनेस रिलेटेड और जो प्रैक्टिकल इश्यूज़ हैं दोनों कंट्रीज़ के बीच में उसका भी समाधान करना पड़ेगा। तो आज हमारा ये एफर्ट ये था कि कैसे उन चीज़ों को स्मूदन किया जाए, क्योंकि आज भी जैसे हमारे यहाँ से व्यवसायी लोगों को बहुत दिक्कतें होती है। आज भी चाइना में वीज़ाज़ नहीं मिल रहे हैं, आज भी लोग जा नहीं पा रहे हैं, देयर आर नो कमर्शियल फ्लाइट्स। तो आज बिज़नेस कैसे, जो इश्यूज़ है बिज़नेस के बीच में, उसको कैसे रिजॉल्व किया जाए, और जो कि हम समझते हैं कि चाहे दोनों देशों के बीच में इश्यूज़ हैं, अलग अलग लेवल पे इश्यूज़ हैं। हमारी जो राजनीति जो लीडर्स हैं वो अपने लेवल पे इश्यूज़ का टैकल करेंगे, उसको सही करेंगे, और हम लोग अपने तरफ से जो कर सकते हैं वो कर रहे हैं।
आप अपने व्यापारी वर्ग के हिसाब से आप अपना व्यू देख रहे हैं?
व्यू नहीं देख रहे हैं, हम देश के लिए भी देख रहे हैं। बट आज ये भी तो है ना कि आज भी इंडिया जैसे चाइना के APIs पे डिपेंडेंट है, कि आज जो चीज़ें में इंडिया की प्रगति के लिए भी जो चीज़ें ज़रूरी है उस पर तो हमें ध्यान देना है।
और इसमें यही बोलना चाहूँगा कि आज तो कोविड जो है वो सडनली आया है। तो पहले तो बिजनेस चल ही रहा था चाइना से, तो ये जो गैप सडन हो गया है, तो ये 2 दिन में हम आत्मनिर्भर हो नहीं सकते। हम भी बिजनेस वर्ग भी कोशिश कर आत्मनिर्भर की, काफ़ी हद तक कर लिया, लेकिन ये अपना एक प्रोसेस है जिसमें समय लगेगा। और पॉलिटिकल चीज़ अपनी जगह पे है। एज ए चैम्बर हमारी कोशिश हरदम रहेगी कि हम अपने बिजनेस या व्यापारी वर्ग को कि जो भी हेल्प कर सके इन टर्म्स ऑफ डिस्कशन,
मतलब जो भी अभी व्यवसाय में जो हानि या जो भी कुछ प्रॉब्लम्स आ रही है, आप उसे दूर करना चाहते हैं।
हम ये भी समझते हैं कि जैसे इन्होंने कहा आत्मनिर्भर, जो इन्होंने शब्द यूज़ किया, आत्मनिर्भर बनने के लिए भी तो हमें किसी की सहायता लगेगी। आज अगर मैं सोचता हूँ कि ये पर्टिकुलर प्रोडक्ट मैं आत्मनिर्भर बन के इंडिया में बनाऊँ, बाहर से नहीं इंपोर्ट करके, तो उसके लिए मशीन तो कम से कम इंपोर्ट करना पड़ेगा। आज अगर मशीन भी नहीं इंपोर्ट करेंगे तो आत्मनिर्भरता नहीं आएगी। तो देखिए, आत्मनिर्भरता एक कॉन्सेप्ट है जिसमें अलग अलग पहलू हैं।
तो आप ये चाह रहे हैं कि भारत गवर्नमेंट या तो मशीन बना के दें आपको हमें?
नहीं, हम ये नहीं।
गवर्नमेंट कुछ नहीं करती है, गवर्नमेंट तो फेलिसिटेट करती है, गवर्नमेंट तो कुछ करेगी नहीं। गवर्नमेंट तो एक व्यू पॉइंट रख रही है ये तो बिजनेस वर्ग ही करेगा, बट उसको करने के लिए भी तो कहीं पे तो निर्भर होना पड़ेगा। आज हम
wagon manufacturer for supplying coaches for Bengaluru metro system. So eventually they did not work well in Chennai. They landed here in with Titagarh. Titagarh wagon. So they were coming to a joint venture with Titagarh. Already, I think everything is ready. This is good. Also, I mean this. That
You mentioned something that you mentioned that though there is a decline in the industrial scenario,
Yeah.
the trade volume is going up. Okay.
Yeah.
So this how it will impact the overall bilateral trade?
Of course,
because the trade
you know,
volume is going up.
if-
That is good. That is good.
what I mean is that okay, if this dropping amount is added up, I mean they don't drop, they increase while our trade increase bilateral. This would be huge.
So and because the president of India is saying
Like Huawei, Hisense, these companies, they have been certified. Huawei has been certified by Europe's top lab test. It's very safe. Very safe. No, you know, we cannot specifically. Chinese companies have served not only India. As I said, you know, more than 500 billion euros in Europe. Every country. It's safe. It's safely supplying and serving billions of people, especially with BRI. But BRI is, you know, has been participated by more than 130 countries.
sir.
If we are not good enough, these are the people. They are smart people. Every country, we are smart people.
Will you make some request to the government of
A day, one flight a day. Given these numbers, all of us want to travel to Khmer to do business. So one flight a day is not enough. Increase that. But compared with the Delhi, compared with the Delhi, with Bombay, we have much less flights. You should increase. But Chinese airlines have run out of their flight rights to organize flight. Chinese have used it. Indians have not. So Indians have quotas. There, not you. But you are not.